Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. For today's video, we're going to be taking an in-depth look into the 2017 Dodge Charger Daytona 392. In this review, I'm going to talk about what sets the Daytona apart from your regular RT or even an RT Scat pack. Of course, I'll go over the performance data, see how she sounds, and take it on a thorough drive. I'll also show you many of the unique aspects throughout the interior as well as exterior. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on in, start her up, and let her run. Along with a remote access smart key system, the Charger comes standard with push-button ignition. To start, just make sure you have the key fob within the interior, then put your foot on the brake and hit the dash mounted button to go. For 2017, Dodge is reintroducing the Charger Daytona in a big way by offering for the first time the choice between a 375 horsepower 5.7 liter V8 or 485 horsepower 6.4 liter V8. It was originally created in 1969 to compete in NASCAR alongside the Ford Torino Talladega and the Mercury Cyclone Spoiler II. The Daytona's production run was limited to 501 units. Not only was it the first race car to break the 200 mph barrier, but it was also the first vehicle to be completely designed using wind tunnels and computer analysis, featuring an impressively low drag coefficient of just 0.28. Today's Daytona pays homage by offering a number of performance and chassis enhancements along with high-impact colors and retro graphics. The 5.7 liter Daytona begins at $39,890 and builds upon the Charger RT. As the name suggests, the Daytona 392 features the 6.4 liter V8. Starting at $44,995, it tightens the gap between the RT Scat Pack and SRT 392. Our tester included a handful of options and a $1,095 destination charge, stickers for $48,275. From the outside, you'll notice the SRT and RT Scat Pack inspired front and rear fascias, side sills, and one-piece satin black spoiler. A satin black hood graphic with cutout Hemi logo highlights the aluminum hood's NACA duct, while cutout Daytona deck lid to rear quarter graphics are paired with a satin black roof treatment. Completing the athletic styling are wider forged aluminum matte black wheels, signature Daytona grille badging, and, if applicable, 392 graphics on the front fenders. Performance enhancements for the 5.7 liter include a Mopar cold air induction system with conical air filter and an all-new electronically controlled 2.75-inch active exhaust system with 4-inch round tips. Top speed is raised from 135 mph to 150 mph. The Super Track Pack also comes standard and includes a specially tuned suspension with a half-inch drop in ride height, performance brake linings, 3-mode ESC calibration with full off, high-performance tires, and a 2.62-to-1 final drive. The Daytona 392 is a different beast entirely as it builds upon the regular Daytona with a more aggressive 3.09-to-1 final drive, a 230mm limited slip rear differential, even wider wheels and tires, and larger brakes borrowed from SRT. A Mopar cold air intake is also standard, as is an active exhaust. The Charger Daytona as well as the new Challenger TA represent retro muscle done right. The Daytona 392 is fitted with an exclusive set of matte black forged aluminum wheels. Measuring 20 by 9.5 inches at each corner, they're wrapped in 275/40 all-season performance tires. For added grip, Pirelli P0 summer tires are also available, which should allow the car to hold between 0.9 and 0.95 G of lateral acceleration. Providing strong stopping power are 4-wheel internally ventilated and slotted disc brakes with black Brembo calipers. This setup is also shared with the SRT 392 and Hellcat, consisting of 2-piece 15.4 by 1.34 inch discs up front and 13.8 by 1.1 inch discs in the rear. They're clamped down by 6-piston and 4-piston calipers respectively. With this setup, the Charger is able to stop from 60 miles an hour in about 104 feet. To help minimize fade under hard use, the underbody and front fascia integrates dedicated air channels that continuously feed cool air to the brakes. Direction is provided by a rack and pinion steering system with electric power assistance. The overall ratio is 14.1 to 1 and it takes 2.56 turns to lock. The turning circle is measured at about 39 feet. The steering is nice and firm and not overly boosted. Turn-in is sharp and responsive for such a large car. Curb weight for the 392 is 4,395 pounds. Through a variety of drive modes, the steering feel can be firmed up or relaxed on demand. Underpinning the Daytona is a fully independent suspension that consists of unequal length double wishbones up front, a 5-link design at the rear, and monotube shock absorbers at each corner. The 3-mode Bilstein adaptive dampers remain an exclusive feature to SRT models and are not offered in the Daytona. That being said, the suspension tuning feels identical to an RT Scat pack. It's firm but not too firm, enough to give it a ground-hugging feel while remaining composed over rougher roads. The Daytona 392 is powered by a 6.4-liter V8. Beginning with a tried-and-true pushrod-operated overhead valve design, the engine features 2 valves per cylinder, an orange-painted iron block, and aluminum heads. Fuel is delivered via multi-port injection, and the compression ratio is rated at 10.9 to 1. Maximum engine speed is limited to 6,400 RPM. Out on the road, the level of performance that the 392 is capable of is nothing short of impressive. Everything you would expect from an SRT, but at a more affordable price point. With an active exhaust included as standard equipment, the sound alone is enough to get your blood pumping. The instant throttle response and wealth of torque that the 392 produces is classic American muscle at its finest, developed for a modern era. It churns out 485 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 475 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 RPM, allowing for 0 to 60 runs in the mid-4 second range and quarter-mile times in the low 12 second range. Top speed is estimated around 175 miles per hour. Power is sent to the rear wheels through an electronically controlled ZF-designed 8-speed automatic transmission. Torque delivery is varied between the rear wheels by an electronic limited-slip differential. The transmission is capable of delivering rapid dual-clutch-like shifts with automatic rev matching on downshifts to enhance smoothness and performance of driving spiritedly. The transmission also benefits from adaptive software to vary the shifting algorithm based on your driving style. With a variety of drive modes, you can also control the shift strategy manually. In sport mode, the shifts become quicker and more assertive. It's not quite as aggressive as the SRT's track mode, but it's a noticeable difference for sure. Of course, not only can you use the shifter to change gears manually, but there's a set of polished metal paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel. Launch control is standard. On top of that, you can also adjust the launch RPM to account for varying levels of grip from different tires and road surfaces. The drive modes allow you to fine-tune the parameters for the engine and transmission, paddle shifters, traction control, and steering. EPA fuel economy estimates range between 15 miles per gallon in the city and 25 miles per gallon on the highway, expecting an average of around 18 miles per gallon. A fuel-saving cylinder deactivation system comes standard to save a bit of fuel when full power isn't needed. Premium fuel is recommended with a total capacity of 18.5 gallons. The Charger features excellent build quality for the price, along with the easy-to-use technology and enough room to seat up to 5 people. The Daytona distinguishes itself with unique black Napa leather performance seats with horizontal Alcantara suede inserts and brazen gold accent stitching. The word Daytona is embroidered on the seat backs, and 12-way power adjustments are standard for both the driver and front passenger, including 4-way lumbar. The seats are firm and offer a lot of lateral support, as well as adjustable headrests and adjustable seat belts. A heated power tilt telescoping steering wheel is standard, along with heated and ventilated front seats and heated rear seats. Other nice touches of detail include the all-new Carbonite authentic aluminum bezels and gloss black interior trim. You'll also find the gold accent stitching on the center console armrests, door panels, and door panel armrests. Complementing the high level of standard equipment, some of which we'll go over in just a moment, are premium velour-bound floor mats with embroidered Dodge logos, bright performance pedals, and a Daytona instrument panel badge. Plenty of storage can be found throughout, including a generous center console and large door pockets. The glove box is lockable for added security and features a 2-tier design with illumination. As far as safety, there's multi-stage front airbags, side curtain front seat mounted side airbags, and a driver's knee airbag. Between the available driver confidence group and technology group, Dodge also offers a full suite of electronic safety features. These include everything from bifunction HID headlamps and rear park assist to rain-sensing wipers, full-speed adaptive cruise, blind spot and cross-path detection, forward collision alert, lane departure warning with lane keep assist, and so much more. All Daytonas also feature LED interior illumination with ambient lighting and footwell lighting that casts a soft glow at night. While not shown here, a sunroof is available for an extra cost. So now let's go ahead and see how she sounds. Like I mentioned earlier, the Charger's features are really easy to use and the ergonomics are fantastic. One important new feature for 2017 is an updated Uconnect system. It still measures 8.4 inches diagonally, but now has a capacitive touchscreen, so it's even more sensitive than before. It also now adopts compatibility for both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Other standard features include a 7-inch reconfigurable driver information system in the middle of the instrument cluster, and every media option you could possibly think of, from satellite radio to Bluetooth streaming, USB, and more. A lot of that is located in the center console, along with a 12-volt power outlet. You also have dual-zone climate control. Like the RT Scat Pack and SRT models, the Daytona has Dodge's performance pages, which includes a variety of auxiliary gauges, timers for track days, a G-force meter, and a variety of engine parameters so you can keep an eye on everything at all times. Alright, let's go ahead and shut her down. I've already covered the Charger in prior videos, including the SRT Hellcat, so if you'd like to learn more about how some of the technology and features work, as well as backseat and trunk space, I'll put the links to those reviews in the description box below. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look at the 2017 Dodge Charger Daytona 392. Be sure to stay tuned next time, leave a like and subscribe today, there's always a lot more where that came from. Take care everyone.